with your CIG TV news update, I'm Donna Bush. First, with the hurricane season now started, Hazard Management Cayman Islands holds another CERT graduation, this time in West Bay. Some 34 residents were part of the training program, which teaches participants about CPR, first aid, fire safety, and much more. Now, the 34 volunteer members were presented with backpacks containing equipment such as first aid kits, tools, and search and rescue items, including CERT IDs, vests, t-shirts, and communication radios. Now, according to Hazard Management officials, almost all of the volunteers had perfect attendance. HCMI depends on CERT volunteers to communicate about happenings in their communities after a disaster such as a hurricane has passed. They call CERT groups an important asset in the national response mechanism. The group started training at the end of February, and the West Bay volunteers make up the largest CERT team in the Cayman Islands. Well, Hazard Management officials were very busy this weekend as the hurricane season started. They continue to remind residents about the importance of being prepared. Since the beginning of May, residents have been given information at locations across the islands, including at Progressive Distributors on Saturday. HCMI officials tell us they've been able to engage thousands of residents about preparedness issues during the weekend campaign. And speaking of the hurricane season, it ends on November the 30th, and the experts in the U.S. announced the name of this year's storms back in April. Let's take a look. Well, the U.S.-based NHC has been naming Atlantic Ocean hurricanes since 1953, and the lists are rotated every 6 years. This list will be reused again in 2020. Now, a name is dropped from the list if it's determined that a storm is so deadly or costly that its future use would be inappropriate. It was a cupcake war at the Ritz Carlton this weekend. This year, 11 students took part in the second annual event. The culinary students competed at the Ritz Carlton, who partners with the Youth Services Unit and Progressive Distributors to hold the event. All materials and ingredients to practice and have the cupcake competition were donated by the Department of Children and Family Services and the Ritz Carlton. Each of the three teams had to present 2 cupcakes frosted with buttercream icing on a fondant-covered pedestal. One had to be chocolate and the other had to have a fruit. Now, most of the students who are part of the National Youth Culinary Program want to become pastry chefs, making the cupcake war a gratifying challenge for them, and it allowed them as well to be creative, to work as a team, and it taught them how to create a masterpiece in a short time frame, as if they were actually in a busy kitchen. In the end, it was Team Chelsea with Chelsea Duty, Brittany Bodden, Sydney Ebanks, and Ashley Thompson who took home the medals. Some 50 family, friends, and civil servants attended the Cupcake War as the ending to Child Month activities. Finally, remember to turn your radios to Radio Cayman's Talk Today show. That's weekdays from 12:15 with your host, Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. Also, don't forget you can watch the CIG TV news update rebroadcast throughout the night right here on CIG TV, or you can go to the Cayman Islands Government's Facebook page or our YouTube channel. The address you can see there on your screen. As always, I'm Donna Bush. Thanks for watching the CIG TV news update. Have a great night and join us here again tomorrow evening. Until then, bye-bye for now.